surprised at anybody in this chat.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. That's the hold on, let me find out how to get this damn thing off the screen. I'm sorry, y'all. I haven't did this in a long time. Shit.
You're good. I've only been following you a few weeks. It's been really interesting to I kind of want to talk with you about bringing mutual aid to Appalachia. That's where I'm from. But I'm gonna step aside to encourage other people, especially the women in the chat, to start talking. But it is nice meeting you.
All right, I got that going. Hold on 1 second. I'm about to go run and grab my speaker. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
I mean, come on, you guys. You can't be having two guys talking about Roe V Wade. Come on, ladies.
Did you see my blue speaker? I ain't leaving in the garage. I ain't that dumb. I'm a little stupid. I ain't that dumb. Or am I? Am I that dumb? I wonder. Angie, how you doing today?
What's good, Rome? I haven't been into one of your little in the commies corners in so long. I don't know if this is like a commies corner type of thing, but I think anytime you're hosting, it's like a commies corner.
Yeah, you know how we get on this motherfucker. Motherfuckers are pussy. They scared to lose their life. You know, we got hit with that individual lifestyle so much that we are scared to lose our life for our neighbors. We're scared to fight for our neighbors. We're afraid of losing. You know what I'm saying? How we gonna look if we was to go out there and fight and actually lose? But it's not about winning or losing in the fight. It's about fighting. That's just that. Hold on 1 second. Let me hook this speaker up.
Power on. Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected.
All right. Can y'all hear me? Can anybody hear me? Hey, Miss Provolone. You can hear me, Angie?
I can hear you, Rome.
All right, that's better. That's better. How y'all doing? How y'all doing here on RBN? I'm on. If y'all want to join in on the chat, I'm on Twitter. Unholy Rome. The E is a 3. You can come in and chat with us if you want to. If you don't want to be typing all damn day, so I know I hate typing. But we want to let everybody know this is the Roe v. Wade conversation panel piece. We did have a Roe v. Wade earlier with Nick and CJ. This is a little different. We're going to be taking some questions from the people. We're going to be trying to pick some minds and trying to come up with some strategies on how to get these people rights back. We know what we should do, but how should we go at it is the question. Because it's easy for us, like they're waiting for us to hit the ground. We see that. They're waiting for us to go wild and go crazy, go burn some shit down. We see that. Okay. But if we were to do that, what would be the reasons behind it? Who can we bring out? You know what I'm saying? What should burn? Instead of burning your police departments, how about, I don't even know if I can say this shit on this damn show. But these people have homes, I should say. These people have they have favorite restaurants they go to. You understand what I'm saying? So maybe we should protest there. Maybe we should make their life a living hell everywhere they go. And I like what somebody was saying. Well, these fake threats. I believe they was fake. It was some spray paint on certain lawmakers' houses, and they were saying it said if abortion isn't free, I mean if abortion isn't safe, then neither are you. And that's how we should live. This is how we should come at it, because these are, you know what I'm saying, people's lives that they are writing off, future generations that's going to be born into, you know what I'm saying, the system after all of us are dead and gone. They're going to be looking like, why the fuck don't we have rights? Not knowing that they were stripped away before they was even born. We don't want people to grow up like that. Miss Provolone, how you doing?
Hey, I wanted to start out by saying couches on fire. As far as mutual aid in Appalachia, I do know of a couple of different groups that already exist. And I want to say, in my experience, Appalachia already has more of a sense of mutual aid than a lot of different places in the country as far as taking care of your neighbors and looking out for each other. That's what I've seen from that community. And I also want to say real quick that this is not just an issue that affects women. I mean, it does affect cis men, but there are trans men and non-binary folks who have a uterus and are affected by abortion restrictions, and it's extremely unsafe for them, and it can cause, you know, for a trans man to become pregnant and not be able to get an abortion if that's what he needs, it can cause
That's death.
severe dysphoria and suicide. So this is a major issue for a lot of different genders, not just women. You know, as much as I understand that, like, this feels like a direct attack on women, it's an attack on all of us. And the point of it is to keep the proletariat in poverty and to keep us reproducing, whether we want to or not, because it enforces the class status quo, the bourgeoisie versus us. You know, rich people will always have access to abortion.
Oh,
They
yeah.
always will.
Definitely. I want to take up this question. Like, I just talked about this before I went live on RBN, so forgive me, everybody on Twitter, because I'm going to repeat this, but somebody on YouTube, Mel B, just said, Roe V Wade is not for us black people. Do you know how Planned Parenthood started? Yes, I know the origin story of Roe V Wade. I know that it was created to keep the black and brown numbers down, but it is a necessary evil. And I say that because we have no health care. We have no way of getting people.
Rome, real quick, your voice is kind of low. Like, you sound far away from the mic. If there's any way to make you a little louder.
Yep. I got you. Hold on 1 second. I probably just got to talk into this thing. Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
All right. Roe v. Wade is a necessary evil. We black women are still dying at a high rate giving birth, right? You know, complications with the pregnancy, et cetera, et cetera. We need some type of escape route for these people that can have babies. Like, we can't just sit here and say, okay, well, it is a racist bill, just like every other bill here. But until we get something better, I don't see Roe v. Wade being doing any good. I mean, being overturned, doing any good for any community, black, brown, white, whatever, right? We have to get these people their laws back, and it's not just about it's not just about a black or white thing. These are rights that people are stripping away. You know what I'm saying, from people. We are stripping away rights from people, and whether you believe in something or not. Like, I don't believe in none of your gods, right? But if I was to ever come into power, you can go to church, right? I shouldn't have anything to do with that. Like, in some states, you can't even give fellatio unless you are married. Why should the government be in your pants? Why should the government be in your family? That's not their job. But see, they see the tanning of America, and it's afraid, and they are afraid of this. They see that their numbers are dropping within white communities, and white women are going gay, you know, like a motherfucker. So they're trying their best to reverse this, but they can't stop it. They can't stop it, and the only thing that this is going to do is put a country who has, you know what I'm saying, no mental care, no health care, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna put motherfuckers into a frenzy. And it's not gonna be uh it's not gonna be like how everybody think. People will lose their lives for this. People will riot. Some political figures will be targeted because you are literally targeting people's lives. And if I was pregnant with a baby right now, and let's say it was a tube baby or something like that, and I have to get an abortion, and you guys say like, no, it's you or the baby, and knowing that it's a high chance of me dying if I don't get an abortion or get this fetus removed from me, then yeah. So we gotta do better. It's not like that anymore. Now I see if black people had their own cities, their own power and whatnot, we wouldn't have to deal with, you know what I'm saying, the laws that certain states pass. But it's not like that. We don't have the health care. We don't have the money to get emergency abortions. We don't have the money to even get Plan B half the fucking time. You know, and if you don't have the money for that shit, you don't have the money for a child. And I know a lot of people like, oh well, just don't have sex. Shut your dumb ass up. Who the fuck don't want to have sex? You telling a human not to have sex? I done seen humans stick their dick in a bottle. I done seen humans stick brooms and fucking and brushes up their vaginas. And you want people to stop having sex? That's not logical. That's not logical. Humans are gonna fuck. Humans are gonna fuck humans. Humans are gonna fuck animals. Humans are gonna fuck their cousins. They're gonna fuck their mama. They're gonna fuck their dad. That's not logical. You telling humans not to fuck. That's the only reason why we're here. Fucking, right? So what can we do to make sure this better people stay clean, right? You know, as far as healthcare, condoms, and somewhere to go when you catch something, not being too afraid to come to your doctor with something. But you can't be sitting here. We can't sit here and just be like, "Oh, I don't believe in this. I don't believe in this." So it's not. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be like this. You don't believe in that. You don't believe in that. That shit might not affect your family, but it might affect mine. And we see even through even through rape, they saying that you still can't get an abortion. So all my people that are parents out there, like I'm a parent, I'm a grandparent. You know, it might not look like it, but I'm a grandparent, and I'll be damned. I'll be damned if, you know, my daughter has to raise her rapist child. Would you want that for your child? Because you didn't believe in it. You see, you believing in something, okay, that's fine. But there's our future generations here, right? There are future generations that we have to think about. So you don't believe in something, okay. How does that, you know what I'm saying? If you was to take away this bill, how would this affect the future generations? That's what you should be looking at. Because everybody looking at this shit like, oh, well, it's about me. No, it's not. This life, none of this is about you. Whether you are religious, I'm an atheist, and I know that this life isn't about me. I know that this life isn't about me. Everything that we do today affects tomorrow. So we have to think 3 steps ahead. Okay, 3 steps ahead. 15 years from now, your young daughter is walking up the street. Women's rights are stripped away, right? Only thing they can do is fucking walk and breathe. Damn near. Right? Somebody come and takes your daughter's somebody come and take your daughter cookies. She's bearing a child, 15 years old. she would get more time if she had an abortion than if she turned in her rapist and he went to prison. She's facing life. I didn't see rapists do 2 months in the county and get out. Real life rapists. People rape their grandmother. You know, what are you going to do for these future generations? You guys are thinking about yourselves. You're too selfish for this fight, and that's why you will end up on the wall if you come to me with that bullshit. But Miss Provolone, what's on your mind?
First, the question of the morality of getting an abortion shouldn't even enter into it. I don't care if you get abortions every week because you think it's fun. I really don't care. It's a medical procedure.
Yes.
We don't mind when people go and get breast implants. We don't mind when people get plastic surgery. It's just a fucking surgery. Sorry for cussing, but it is just a medical procedure, and morality doesn't enter into it. It doesn't matter what I think is right, what you think is right, what religion says is right. And according to our own government, we're supposed to have separation of church and state, but religion, and when you were talking about medical racism, that shit is real. I've witnessed it, and when in hospitals, doctors, everything, they do not trust Black women when it comes to their own health. They don't believe them when they're in pain. They don't trust anything these women say, and that's why they end up dying at higher rates, because when they speak out that something is wrong, the doctor doesn't listen to them. Yep. Racism, white supremacy, and religion are all tools that capitalists use to maintain the status quo. It's all about one thing, and I think it's important to remember that, especially when we're trying to educate these liberals who think that voting is going to fix this.
I ain't educating none of these niggas. They can suck my dick.
This was always that without overturning Roe v. Wade, there have always been women who are restricted from the health care that they need. And it's got nothing to do with what's right and wrong. It's got to do with keeping them down.
Yep. That's what they want. And you see, they are prepared to keep us down with their private militias, to the police force, to the National Guard. So what do we do? Now, you guys are going into this fight. Now, if you are going into a fight,
I think every one of us here, everybody who calls himself a communist needs to go out today and join their local communist organization and start really getting involved in direct action. That's for one thing. We need to educate each other. We need to help each other understand what's happening, and we need to organize.
You can't. The first thing it comes to organizing and getting out here on the streets, you can't be afraid. Notice that your life is already over. Know that they already ripped your life off. You millennials, you boomers, even Gen X, your life is over. They already know what they want from you. So go into this fight thinking that you are already dead.
If I get arrested,
knowing that you're already dead.
About this, my kids are going to go into foster care. You know that there's some of us who really can't risk it.
Oh yeah. But to the ones who can, and is willing to go out and risk it, really do it. Really put your life on the line. Because we are fighting for other people. We can't think about going home. We can't think about, you know what I'm saying? Like this can be my last day.
If you're not willing to fight for the revolution because you're afraid to die, then you're dead already, right?
Yeah. And you can't get out here talking about, oh well, I might get hit by a rubber bullet. Yes, you may. You may get your skull cracked, but that's what happens when you're fighting for the people and not fighting for capital. If you was fighting for capital, excuse me, you would be protected. But when you're fighting for the people, the capital is protected. So don't be afraid to get your skull cracked because your grandfather and your grandmother did the same thing for our rights today. The same rights that they are reversing, the same rights that they are taking away. So how did they get those rights? We didn't get Roe v. Wade, you know what I'm saying, or abortion rights, child labor laws. We didn't get the weekend. We didn't get any of these things, civil rights laws. We didn't get them by somebody coming in and promising us things, if they was to get in a position of power. We went out there and we said, you're going to lose your life if you don't give us a better one.
And the people who overturned Roe v. Wade are not elected officials. They are not elected. They're appointed.
Yeah.
And that's just supposed to show you how we do not live in a democracy. This goes against the will of the people. The people do not want this. And that shows us that our government is authoritarian. They can do whatever they want, and it doesn't matter what the people want. They're dictators. They're fascists.
Yep. That's why I was telling people, like, people was arguing with me, talking about, well, we need to save democracy and get some more, expand the court. I said, hold on. First of all, bro, you can't say Supreme Court and democracy in the same sentence. That makes no sense. How can you have a democracy with a Supreme Court that has no umbrella over their power? What the fuck is going on? Like, you guys are delusional. You guys are delusional, and you are fighting to stay in this delusion. You are fighting to stay in this mirage. Because if you was to see the world for how it really is, then you would know that you had a hand in causing all this death. Like I was trying to talk to some people about not talking to Trump supporters. We don't motherfuckers telling me I don't relate to Trump supporters and blah blah blah. And I was like, bro, how long you been voting Democrat? See, I've been voting Democrat. I've been voting Democrat 30 years.
This was Biden.
Yeah.
And you know what? You want to know a couple places where you're guaranteed a right to safe, healthy abortion? Cuba and China.
The same dictator countries that they love to fucking bitch about. But what the fuck was I saying? Ah, damn it, I got thrown off. Anyways.
You were talking about Trump supporters.
Oh, yeah. How motherfucker? I was like, I was telling a motherfucker, he was like, I asked him, how long you been voting Democrat? He said 30-something years. I said, dog, you have more blood in your hands than any Trump supporter ever. How many people you have voted for? How many? You voted for Biden, you voted for Nancy Pelosi and this and that. You know what I'm saying? You supported all these Democrats. How much blood do you think you actually have in your hand compared to Trump supporters who supported one term? You know what I'm saying? Who only had one term of support, but you had generations to back these white supremacists. You don't think there's any blood in your hands. You think that you have the higher ground. You think you should be on a you know what I'm saying, on a pedestal over these Trump supporters. You guys aren't that different. You just have more blood on your hands.
These liberals were begging us to vote for Biden to protect our reproductive rights, and here we are. I mean, it don't do anything. Like I said, these are not elected officials. They're appointed, and we have no control over what they do.
I mean, we do have some control. It's just like, is you willing to go out? Like, we got to remember. Yeah, but we got to remember, y'all. Even I ain't talking legally. Fuck that. Go out and do it. Because you know why? Your life is over. They really just wrote your life off like it was nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see. I don't see.
This isn't going to affect me. I live in New York. I will always have access to abortions and birth control. This doesn't affect me, but it affects the people in general. It affects how the world is.
It's going to move up here.
Trust, living in this world.
Trust and believe that this is a test. And if Texas don't go wild, you know what I'm saying? Then they're going to come up here with it. Best and believe. They do it all the time. They do it all the time.
This is not about whether or not your life is over, my life is over. This is about all of us and our children.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I got family out in Texas. Lots of women out in Texas. You know, and I don't see us going like look at it like this. Remember, there's only 500, 600 people in the government, right? Then we got 6-7 chairs in these courts. Somebody's got to take the L. We only need a couple of you guys to go out and take these L's to get let these people know that we're not playing, you know? So take a life to gain one, right? Take a life to save one, right? We can't be out here playing, acting like, okay, if we was to just get out here and protest, you guys haven't been doing that. What's next? Oh, well, we're going to say our demands and we're going to protest in front of their house. You did that already. So what's next? Oh, well, look, instead of taking all of these plans that has been done and never worked, how about this? You go back and find the things that did work, like an actual meaning behind your riots. Like when I say the only reason why people should riot is to bring out political figures that you don't like to off them. The only reason why you should throw riots in certain neighborhoods to bring out your police chief. If your police chief is evil and you know that he won't come out, bring him out. If your mayor isn't doing anything, make sure they do something. Bring them out and keep them out, right? And let everybody know from the city council to the president's office that there's more of us. You might have an army, you might have a military, but we can't get you. We are everywhere. You don't know who wants you. It can be your driver, it can be your pool boy, it can be the nigga that bag up your groceries, but we are everywhere. And you are outnumbered. And you don't know when it's gonna come. Just get your life right before we get it right.
And as a white woman, I want to say it's white women who need to get off their fucking asses right now.
White women are doing their part. They have been doing this.
White women marched and swore that they would riot if something like this happened.
Yep.
Oh, we're gonna riot if they take away our
rights. White women are doing their part.
Get out here, get some fucking riots done.
They have been doing this for generations, acting like the damsel in distress in capitalism. But a lot of these white women who still voice complaints and whatnot, they still gonna have access to birth control and abortions and et cetera, et cetera. They don't really care. They don't have to. 50% of the motherfuckers voted for Trump, and a lot of these motherfuckers talking about, well, you should have voted Hillary. They voted for Trump, you know what I'm saying, over Obama type shit. Even though we don't like none of them, we see the hypocrisy of the political white woman. So I don't expect anything from them but virtue signaling, but stealing my style, stealing my swag, stealing, coming in my neighborhood, making poverty porn, and not doing anything for the community that they say that they care about. Not saying that this is all white women, of course, but it's just too many white women that actually do this, and we have the statistics to look this up to say, like, hey, there's a problem with white women, and
who's down for the cause is not going to be offended by that. I know you're not talking about me. I know what you're talking about. So if a white woman feels some type of way hearing that, they need to just, I don't know, go read some books.
Eat a dick, because I don't care. I'm going to say it again and again and again. Overall, I believe humans are evil. If they was to get comfortable enough, you would see the evil out of that's really inside of a human, no matter what skin color they are, whatever. I believe humans are evil.
White women,
and we have to.
Don't like to admit it, but all the rights that we do have were built on the backs of Black feminists.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of white women don't like to acknowledge that, don't like to be intersectional. And you see them sit there silent, saying they love Biden until something like this happens, and now they're freaking the fuck out. Oh, they took my rights away. But other people have been living without rights for generations.
Yep. That's why we gotta, like I was saying, as far as humans being evil, I know somebody's gonna clip that, like, oh, Rome don't believe in humans. How you gonna be a communist? This is the reason why I'm a communist, because you have to hold people accountable. You know what I'm saying? You have to hold powers accountable, or power is gonna have to be held accountable. We can't be sitting here letting people go willy-nilly with power. You see what happens here, right? We let these people do whatever. And now nobody's being held accountable, and they're just running away with our lives and our rights like it is nothing, But that's why I say I believe all humans are evil. I mean, not all. A lot of humans are evil. They just have to be held accountable. You know what I'm saying? We have to know when to stop and whatnot. But
no,
it's not like that in
America. Think so. I don't think most humans are evil. I think what they are is indoctrinated.
Yeah,
they need to be woke up.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I'm telling you, man, it's a lot of people. It's a big world out here. It's a big world out here, and people, they love and they kill for many other reasons. People will kill you because of religion, and I still see that as an evil. God made me do it, whatever the fuck. But let's get back. Let's get back on topic with this shit, because I see people blaming Mitch McConnell for this, but I don't think Mitch McConnell really have anything to do with this.
Bro, it's simple. It's very simple. Like I said, this is If you read the Communist Manifesto, you'll understand what happened here. This is a necessary component of capitalism. It is important for capitalists to keep the workers in poverty.
Especially during a
struggling.
pandemic, like they just lost 1 million workers. I mean, like they just lost like 300,000 workers, 1 million people, you know what I'm saying? So they got to make up those numbers. And
that's right. They need us to reproduce. That's part of it. And it's in the book, man. If you read the book, it's all in there. They do this. This is like not a surprise for me as a communist, having read the theory, knowing that this is what the bourgeoisie needs to do to hold on to their power. You know, so this just leads us, to me, one step closer to revolution. The more people see what's happening, the better it is. I know, like, that's accelerationist. A lot of people don't like it.
Oh well, I don't care. A lot of people don't like authoritarianism, but how the fuck are we gonna get anything passed? Like, even when you guys going out here and protest, you don't think that's authoritarian? Like, you gotta make yourself known. You gotta make yourself felt.
What
and
people
heard.
don't realize is in socialist countries, they have a direct democracy. When they pass a law, the people in the country vote on it, and the majority wins. Like, the people get to decide what happens. In Cuba, in China, like Cuba, they had an election not recently, a couple of years ago, and the people voted to stay socialist. That was, you know, they were given a choice, and they chose socialism. So what does that tell you? You know, but we don't have a choice. We don't have a direct democracy. We can't even vote for our president. We have a weird ass system that doesn't even allow the people to elect the president they want. You know, people bitch about not voting for Hillary, but she won the popular vote by the biggest margin in history. So
and she still had her running mate was anti-abortion.
And she's a racist lunatic anyway. She was the one out there in the 90s calling black kids super predators. So fuck her.
Creating slave trades. So how the fuck it like? But this is the farthest you're gonna get with these people. They're not gonna like. It's just like talking to conservatives about crime or about black on black crime and shit like that. Be like, oh, look at Chicago. I'll be like, look at Chicago. Look what capitalism has done to Chicago. Look what the drugs that the government has put in Chicago. They don't want to go there because all they know is.
And these people truly believe that criminals are criminals because they want to be criminals, not because they're fucking hungry, not because they're poor, not because they're dying, because they're just bad people. And they love to paint that picture of black people, especially young black people and black men, that they're just animals. They just can't be civil. And it's got nothing to do with the fact that they're held in poverty their entire life.
Man, Crocodile said, they stole the whole fucking niggas hungry. Hold on. What did he say? Niggas hungry in poverty, but they don't want us doing crime. Stole the whole fucking country, but we the ones who doing time. Like, you can't call me a criminal. Like, you can call me a criminal all you want, but you know what I'm saying. As I look at it, like I don't care because like, bro, come on, man. Call me what you want, but that can't undo the things that your people have done,
like,
what you have, how you have enabled.
Larger sentences than rapists. Nobody cares if women get raped. They care more about if you have dope in your pocket. Like, it's not like this shit is backwards, and it's meant to keep people down. It's got nothing to do with who's good and bad.
That's why they're gonna come after all these rights, and like they feel like, you know. I'm gonna tell you all this. The petrodollar is falling, right? They're gonna need armies, militias, and certain people to keep us at work and at bay, at nil, I should say. It's about to be some real shit going on. Like, shit is really about to hit the fan, y'all. And they gotta protect themselves because, you know, gas isn't gonna go down. You know,
but it's like Angie said. The cops are already out there and right. You're letting us know that if we act up in any type of way, they're about to beat the shit out of us and throw us in jail.
Yes.
And they just repealed our Miranda rights yesterday. Yep. And I swear to God, they did that shit on purpose.
They about to make. They about to throw.
When they overturned Roe V Wade, nobody remembers that they took away the Miranda rights. They could just arrest you and question you and admit that evidence without giving you a lawyer. Like, it's all, you know, is like I said, like Angie said, the cops are the ones who are going to be out here enforcing this shit.
Yep.
And they're the ones that we need to take the fuck out.
Kami phony. No, this is Twitter. This is Twitter space. I'm gonna do a call in a couple of days. I've just been a little busy, but I wanted to hurry up and hop on this. And yeah, Miss Provolone, you totally right. You know, and I'm gonna say this. Um, you know, I'm gonna finish up with my first statement with you guys. We are heading back to physical slavery, shackleton slavery in the modern times. Like it's not gonna be like the 13th Amendment. It's not gonna be like where you're poor and you have to work. No, we're gonna have to work to keep this what's left of America going, and these people are going to enforce these laws. You know, from the CEOs to billionaires, there's going to be so much going down. And look, you can't be afraid of these people. Don't bow down. Don't bow, because you see they're trying to show you their strength. They're trying to show you how strong, you know, their pen is. You know what I'm saying? Like I can either give you rights or take it away. Don't fuck with me type shit. But you can say the same thing. And I'm going to tell you guys this. A lot of people always tell us, well, us as leftist, communist, socialists, and whatnot, that we wouldn't know how to run the country. But I said, you know what? I always tell people, if motherfuckers come to you and say some shit like that, like, look, I know what not to do. I know what not to do. And as long as you know what not to do, what you should do is going to fall in line. It's easier than what they are making it believe. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to know how to treat a human right, right? You know, we know not to take money from corporations. We know not to let monopolies grow. We know to stop these rich people from washing their money and oversource. Like we know what not to do, right? As long as you know what not to do, everything should fall right in line. And I think it's enough of us. We are smart enough. A lot of you guys already want to take office. A lot of you guys already want to be revolutionary and whatever. It's enough of us. There always have been. Just get organized and realize and find out who has to die for it and who has to live for it. Because you're gonna need a front line. You're gonna need protection. Then you're gonna need to have somebody to carry on the word. We can't just get out here and say, "Oh, we're all gonna get out here and we're all gonna win and go home together." That's not reality. That's not reality. We have to realize some of us are really gonna die for the future. Some of us have to die for a future, right? And even if that future is a fighting future, even if it is in turmoil, it isn't because they are whooping us. They are uh, over us. It's because we are fighting back. It's because we have had enough. It's because we put the broom down and we pick up the pitchfork. We stop typing on the motherfucking on their cash registers and we start stealing out them bitches, right? Hold on, what y'all talking about up in here? I am so high, y'all.
I didn't hear the last thing you said.
I'm gonna have to take
We
this.
can
I'm gonna have
either
to take
die
this off of
starving on the
YouTube. Definitely, I'm definitely gonna take this off of YouTube. Cause soon as they as soon as they see this, they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, hell no!" Take this whole page down. This nigga talking about, but it is what it is, bro. Like they are really sitting here taking away people's rights. Like, and people just like, well, better luck next time. Vote, vote harder. Vote for who? Not even like vote for who? In 10 years. In 10 years, you guys maybe will have an advantage if you have it your way. That's if these motherfuckers isn't doing that revolving villain type shit, right? Yeah. You guys are in an infinite loop of electoral politics. It's always going to be like this. It's always going to be like this. no matter who's in office, no matter who you vote for, because these politicians don't control a damn thing. And they will even tell you. They will even tell you. Some of them tell you out of their bluntly. Some of them tell you through their pen. Like when they made corporations human in America. What the fuck? You gotta watch them. We know who they are. And we can't treat these people like celebrities, like they are untouchable. These people are human. They live on the same soil you do. The same soil. I mean, like, would it be better? Ask yourself this. Would this world be better off without that person? If I was to sacrifice and do something like that, will it benefit or hurt my family? Ask yourself that. Meditate on it. Because these people they are just one person, right? But that one person, those 5-6 people, just wrote off millions of lives, just wrote off generations of people without even a second thought. And what's so crazy is they're not even in the generations. They have no relation to the generations besides race that they are writing off. These people are going to die before the shit really hits the fan. Is my life more important than Clarence Thomas? You know what I'm saying? Like, am I more important? Like, is my daughter life more important
But
than these
Rome,
motherfuckers?
this ain't about Clarence Thomas. It's not about any one person. It's about the system we live in.
Yeah, I'm just telling you guys, ask yourself, is your life more important than these motherfuckers? Is are they more than you? You know what I'm saying? Like we can't look at these people like they just because we gave them some type of imaginary powers that we can take away any day. We can't look at them like, oh well, they're untouchable. No, they are human and they can be dealt with. So if they are writing off your life, you should do the same. Write off their life. There's no time for holding up signs. They know what you want. Y'all been saying this shit for generations now. Y'all been doing this for generations. Marching, holding up signs, getting into fights with the police, burning this down, burning that down. It's funny how everything get burnt down, but politician houses. It's funny how, you know what I'm saying? Like, be real about this, y'all. Be real about this. This is your life. This isn't a game. This isn't some Twitter bullshit. This is real. This is real life. This is real life. Y'all motherfuckers sit on Facebook and Twitter all day, like, oh yeah, thank you, mad scientists. Y'all sit on Twitter all day and dox each other. Y'all talk shit about each other about people because they don't like certain people that you like. But when it comes to these politicians, you ain't got no energy for these motherfuckers.
There's women out there right now in Missouri, in Kansas, and all these places who just found out today, you know, who are pregnant, who just found out today, you keeping that baby. You know?
Man, see, that's not going to stop. See, if anything, they're trying to stop the tanning of America, but that's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? If anything, it's going to fuck up. It's going to fuck up the white race even more. For real, like people are not going to be. I don't know, man. It's going to. You can't stop abortions for one, and all you're gonna do is make a black market for it. It's just like any other thing. Just like when plastic surgery was illegal, people was finding ways to jump through them loopholes until they was like, "Fuck it, we made a way to capitalize off of it." So, you know, hey, this shit fucked up, y'all. But it only can
Not
be.
to mention,
It's only gonna be fucked up if we let it stay like this.
not to mention all the, you know, if you don't want to have a baby and you have a baby, like now that kid is born to parents who do not want a baby. Like, this is why we have mass shooters and shit.
Yep. People like, oh well, that baby you aborted could have cured cancer. I'm like, nigga, that baby could have been a school shooter. That baby could have been a rapist.
Listen,
you don't fucking know.
The fucking janitor who works at McDonald's could have cured cancer too, but
Right.
he's stuck working cleaning toilets at McDonald's
Your,
because
right.
he needs
Your
the food on the
barber,
table.
your
So
barber could have been a surgeon, but he was so fucking broke he had to go in. He couldn't afford medical school, so he went to barber school. Cause I done seen motherfucking barbers. Then, hey Angie, you got your hand up?
Yeah, and I tweeted about this earlier, but it's just the pro-life term, the pro-life label, it's not even real. Being pro-life, the real pro-life position is being pro-free healthcare. It's being pro-free childcare. It's being pre-free K. It's being pro-free education.
No, pro-life
free
means pro-slavery.
Living wage, universal basic income, paid maternity leave. That is the pro-life position. All of these motherfuckers that claim to be pro-life don't support any of those policies. So they are not pro-life at all. These are the same people that don't give a single fuck if those same children are gunned down in their classroom.
They're actually a cheer. Call him a thug. Try to look up his record. Oh, he was jaywalking. Oh, they found some liquor on him. He's a criminal. He's a drug addict. They're gonna say the same shit about me when they shoot my ass. Oh, the police didn't shoot Rome. He was a fucking thug. The fuck, but yeah, these people don't give a fuck. They would rather, they want numbers. They want numbers to go to work and fill more numbers and make them numbers or become a number statistically. Whether that's the prison industrial complex or be a number to the military industrial complex if you try to fight against them. That's all.
that's another thing too. Keeping people in poverty is a way that they can recruit people to be part of the military. That's an important factor. They depend on poor people to go into the military.
Like, of course. Why you think they putting so much money against not you know what I'm saying, canceling student loans? Because what is the military gonna do to really brainwash these kids and say, well, we can pay for your school? Oh, well, I'm sorry, what? We can, like, nigga, people only go to the military for a couple of reasons. No, I'm not gonna sit here and say, I'm gonna say this. Too much of the military isn't good. You know, a lot of people do go there just to kill. You know, a lot of humans have killer instinct, and one thing humans that don't have killer instinct that they don't understand, how can a human kill? You know what I'm saying? How can a human kill and just live on?
That's not true. They recruit these kids telling them you'll get a free education, everything's gonna be all right, and then they train them to kill. And they're brainwashed into that. You know that.
I grew up with killers. We just didn't join the military. It's a difference. We have predators out here. We have real life killers out here. People that would take a life and would go smoke a blunt and call you a pack.
Yeah, but they live in a predatory system.
Yeah, but look, it's all a mindset. Look, the mindset is so fucking big, man. People think all different types of ways. There are still sections of people, but there are killers, and killers are needed. Killers are needed. It's the world first population control. But yes, this is why the police look for killers.
Thinking that human nature is naturally like that is one of the anti-communist talking points that liberals use. That communists are violent because we want to kill people.
We're not violent because we want to kill. We're violent because we are human. but we are violent for a
Exactly.
reason. We are violent with reason.
There is such thing as a justified killing.
Yes.
Like I know a lot of people won't like that, but as far as I'm concerned, a pedophile child rapist should get a bullet in the fucking head. There's no discussion there, you know. And I don't care if people agree with it or not. Like, there is such a thing as killing to save lives.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Nay, what's good, man? You got time to speak? Hold on. I just saw the comment. Oh yeah, come to my hood and shy. Killers are here with us. Oh my god, like man, you like this is why I wanted to say something about that. Like, man, like, you know, I look at a lot of these young cats, man, and I'll be like, damn, we got a potential army right here. These drill rappers, you know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers who are basically serial killers, like like always when I go to the hood, I'm preaching, I'm trying to get people in my militia and partying with. I'll be like, man, they always lead with this, you know, they get their killers ranks, stars and badges and fucking Purple Hearts. They give our killers fucking prison time, and motherfuckers be like, you know what? You fucking right. You fucking right, man. I'm sick and tired of this shit. Why is it bad when I do it? Because I'm not doing it for them. So turn your gun the right way. You know what I'm saying? You would be a bad motherfucker if you know how to actually use your gun. If you know how to actually aim your weapon, you would be a bad motherfucker and you would never die.
No, that's, like I said, that liberal talking point that any violence is bad, that violence is bad, but we have violence imposed on us. Banning abortions is violence. That's a violent thing to do to people. So
Yes.
it's justified to use violence to fight it. They're not going to give us what we need, what we want.
They just took away your body rights.
They're not giving us a choice.
They just take away your body rights.
Could,
why not use your body to get them rights back? They took away your body rights with a pen.
If we could take it back without violence, we would do it, but they're not giving us a choice.
All right. We know the protesting don't work. So why not target the fucking people? Why not just target the people? It's only a handful of them that you need to make an example out of. And sometimes, look, I know you're going to die. You're going to get hit. You're going to do that prison time. But you got to go out a martyr sometimes. Sometimes you have to be that sacrificial lamb if you want to let these people know that you're not going out like that.
You know that
it's not about us.
Thomas, you know that taking out Clarence Thomas is not going to fix this system. You know.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. Once you target certain, listen to me. You target certain people. You target certain people in these positions. You see what happened when that man said he had a fucking hit list. They ganged up, and they teamed up with these police departments and got all that fucking money, right? Because these people know if we actually start targeting power, they're gonna cower. So target these people with power, kneecap them, and let everybody know that you can be next. This isn't about, one or two people, because these people are a clique. They are a gang. They are a group, right? Something happens to one, all of them know. And now they have to watch their back, but they don't know when or where they can watch it because it can come from anywhere. We can't sit here and play nice with these people. What are you going to do if they're taking away your body rights? You're going to protest again? That didn't work.
No,
they are killing us. They are killing black women. They are killing black women. They are killing black women, literally, because we seen the stats, right? So what happens if one of my sisters get pregnant again and she can't? She's not gonna. It's either her or the baby, right? What happens? They are killing us. So what happens when one of us die? Two of them should die. One of us died, two of them die. There are millions of us. There are more than enough of us to take these sacrifices. There are more than enough of us to take these sacrifices. And we have to take them, because if we don't, It's only going to get worse. They're going to come for the gays. They're going to come for the blacks again. They're going to come for the reds, the yellows, whatever the fuck you is. They're going to make sure that everybody is a real slave to the system the way that they really wanted it. Fuck beating around the bush. The fucking our dollar is dying. We see we're not gonna win a war with China. We already tested this shit out 19 times, and y'all can already look it up. They lost 19 times against China in a visual war. They can't beat Russia. The only people they can beat is us right now, because that individual mindset that they have put on us, because that weak heart that they have put in our chest to not fight back when we are getting punched, when we are getting kicked down. Enough of it. Because I got daughters. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dog, we can't live like this. You know, and let me see somebody like that with power on the streets. Yes, I'm willing to make that sacrifice. Only if it's 12 more people willing to make that sacrifice. And once you make those sacrifices, you get one hell of a fucking following, right? Maybe even some copycats. But these people going to know that it's some people out there that will target power where it is held. We don't care what's on the side of your name, RD or Supreme Court. You have to go if you are writing me off. You are writing me off, so I'm writing you off. An eye for an eye. And that's how we should live until they get their shit right. If we even get there, we might have to take them all out. But you got to target these people and let them know you are human. I poke you, you feel it. I stab you, you bleed. I shoot you, you more than likely die. You are a human. Your power is just imaginary. Your power is only as powerful as what I give you. Like, I only can give you the power that you got, bro. And I can take it away any day. We got to look at it like that. You guys are already dead. Your generation is already written off. They already know what they want with you. So why not take your life back? And even if it takes your life, remember this. You will never die during a revolution or even trying to start a revolution. This is why we are here today. This is why we have teachers. Even if they have failed, even if they isn't here with us today, they are still here with us today through their teachings, through their actions. And if you don't target some of these people, you're going to be under the slavery, the slave system forever. You're going to be under this shit forever. We're going to be going through this for generations. And I told myself when I got my first gray hair in my beard that I'll be damned if I ever have to protest with my son. If I ever sit here and I'm writing fucking you know what I'm saying? We're making all these fucking signs and getting ready to go protest, painting ourselves and with my son for rights that I have been fighting for before he was born. I failed. If that's the case, I failed. My son should be looking at me and said, hey, he was a true revolutionary leader. He went out doing what he said. He doing out taking care of his people and fighting for his people. And even if he couldn't take out an army of them, he still let these people know that they are human. Because if we take out somebody with that type of power, they're going to feel it. They're going to feel it. 2 more people, they're going to feel it. 5 people, they're going to be hurt. 10 people, they're panicking. 20 people, they're running. Because it's way more of us than them. And this is why I always taught you guys, if you're going to go out here, make sure you have a front line of people who's ready to die. Make sure you have a front line of people who's ready to get tear gassed. Make sure you have a front line of people who's willing to protect you. You can't get out here with your chest out like they won't punch you on your shit. You're going to lose. We've seen our ancestors do it. Should we see some of our brothers, sisters go out during Black Lives Matter protests and come back with one eye? Or just don't come back at all? So treat this as an attack. And what do you do when somebody attack you? You don't cower. You don't cower. You fight. And even if you lose, you fight. Even if they're stronger, you fight. They're bigger, you fight. You don't give up. That's the easiest thing to do. You don't give in, because that's what they want you to do. You give it your all, because that's what they're not expecting. They're not expecting for you to go out here and just kamikaze this shit. And it's time for us to actually fight for future generations. We can't sit here and tiptoe around a country that we know is racist, is imperialist, has slavery throughout certain systems within it. Even with the retail, it's still a form of slavery, keeping people down, underpaid, overworked. If you want change, you make change. If you want change, you make change. You don't wait for change. A revolution never came to a motherfucker that was waiting. A revolution came to a motherfucker that took action. Even Fidel Castro got on the ground and took out some political figures. We can't look at these people like political figures, like celebrities. We got to take these people as they are. Humans. You have a life. You might live longer because of your health care. But right now, you only living longer because I say so. Oh, you got your hand up. And we got to stay in here. Slater! What's good, motherfucker?
There he is. You should have heard me yesterday trying to explain to Slater why it's a good idea to kill Jeff Bezos. You would have supported me. But I want to say, what are you talking about, these people with the power? The power don't belong to them. The power belongs to us. The problem is that we're not taking it. There's more of us than there is of them. You know that, Rome. We need to take that power. And you got to understand that the first line of defense, the people we're going to have to go to war against, are the cops. And it's going to require some organization and some fucking technique to that shit. You can't just go take out one person. We're going to have to take out a lot of people. It's not just going to be take out this asshole who's up on the Jumbotron who lives at 6665 Rutledge Drive, Fairfax Station, Virginia. It's going to have to be taken out, fighting a war against the police, against the military, And
no, see, this how you right. That's how you avoid going to the military. You just focus on people with the power who can bring out the military, like your mayor.
But if you kill the mayor, somebody else takes the mayor's
okay,
place.
well, take them out.
Eliminate the mayor.
Yes, you can take them out too. All of cities in America has millions of people. Millions of people. Half of you guys have lost your life already to capitalism. Half of you guys are homeless. Half of you guys are going to go homeless. If you don't get serious about this, they're going to continue to just do so. And if they don't want to step up, then that's when we step up. That's when we know that we have took control hostily. can't sit here and play with these people. Yes. We might have to go against we might have to go against the military and the police, but this is how you avoid going against the military and police, because people always say, well, you're gonna get bombed. Well, target the motherfucker who got control of the bombs then. We know their names.
They are gonna do that though. They are gonna do that.
Okay, well, guess who brings out the National Guard? Guess who brings out the National Guard? The mayor. So if anybody gets hurt by the National Guard, that's on the mayor. So if one of mine fall, one of my comrades fall, the mayor fall. Because it was on me as a leader to bring my people out here and make sure that they protest and do their thing, right? And it was on him as their leader to make sure that their capital isn't hurt, but also don't hurt our people. So if one of my people fall, one of his people should fall. If not, the leader should fall, right?
All right. I need everybody to send me $1 so I can mail Rome a copy of Guerrilla Warfare.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure Guerrilla Warfare shows you that you still have to hit the fucking king. You can't just I'm not about to sit out here playing with a couple of pawns. I'm not about to sit out here playing with these fucking police officers. They have no control over capital. We're talking about billionaires. We're talking about people that just wrote off. We're talking about people that just wrote off. They are pawns. They are pawns who are writing these laws to making these police so powerful, who are giving these police this much money. They are pawns. And there's only a couple of people who actually control this shit. There's only a handful of people that control this shit. If you want to go to war with the fucking police, go ahead. Go and lose your life. But if you want to target these people and do it the right way, then we can live on. The revolution can live on. But we can't sit here and keep letting our people go out. We have done this already. We have done this many times. You guys already got your ass beat during the George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Black Lives Matter, civil rights. What you gonna do with this? Where you going with this? I just don't get it.
It'll be suicide. It's not to cut you off, Ron. Good to see you.
No,
how you
good
doing?
to see you, man. Good to hear from you.
You're my brother. Because Miss P, it'll be suicide. Like anybody, here's the thing, and I had this conversation with some people earlier today. I don't know, man. I don't know about, and again, fuck all the people who took away Roe versus Wade. I just want to start that off. I want to say I'm torn because I understand that people are frustrated. And people want to start ripping people's heads off, Rome. I know we've talked about this before in the past, you and I privately. But I also feel like if we go out and we just start, killing people and doing all type of stuff, it just makes us no worse than them. And I don't know. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying that we should be among because they over here walking all over us. But the fact that we're going to sit up here and we're trying to decide and we still haven't came up with a real solution or strategy. It makes it 10 times harder to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense.
Yeah, man. I feel you. And we gotta shit. Forgive me. We got a lot of people out here. There, like I always tell you guys, there's a place in a revolution for everybody. But don't look over on the front line and say you guys shouldn't do that. If you have to look over on what the front line is saying, and you know what I'm saying, you know that you don't agree with it, then that isn't your place in the revolution. Everybody has a place in the revolution, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a nurse, whether you're whatever, et cetera, et cetera. If you're willing to put, you know what I'm saying, go in for the shit, we have to go all in. We can't just sit here and keep letting people's lives get wrote off like this. Because we aren't just, this isn't a fucking movie, This isn't a movie. This isn't like some fucking game. These are real lives that about to be lost here because of a handful of people, right? Now, I don't want you guys to go out here and face these neo-Nazis, these militaries and whatever. I'm trying to get you guys around that, right? Because these people have places. They live in America. If they don't live in America, they probably live in some place that we still can. They live on the earth. I'm pretty sure they live on this earth. We can touch them. We can get them. They are human. We can scare them. We can run them away. We can do whatever we want. But we have to target power. You can't sit here and like you guys are going to group up, even if it's 1 million of you motherfuckers out here in the goddamn city, and you go out there and protest. Protest what? Protest who? You're just in the middle of the city, sitting ducks. Sitting ducks.
Hey,
And then now the
so,
police come from all around and getting ready to whoop y'all ass. You're getting tear gas. You're getting kidnapped, thrown in fucking jail. They putting felonies on you guys, so you can't fucking leave this fucking country. But I say this:
yeah.
if
So
you guys
I
ain't
wanted
willing to
speak on
fucking
this
go
a
out,
little bit.
man, if you guys ain't willing to go out, you guys ain't serious, bro.
Rome, let them talk.
Oh, Dom, I'm sorry. It's just
Yeah, so I can see a lot of people are very upset about the whole Roe v. Wade situation that's going on here. And, you know, I just like to tell all of you that abortion is murder and life does begin at conception.
man, I knew you was gonna do that dumbass shit, but you don't even get
It's
no
not
pussy, so
dumb.
you don't even know. You don't even get no
It's
women in
not
your life to
dumb.
tell you
Thank
what
you-
is
thank you for-
conception
thank you for your
or
input,
anything
Dylan.
like that.
See you,
So
boss. Yeah, you want me to repent? You need to repent.
yeah. He don't,
Fuck off, Dom.
he don't even
Go
get.
repent,
He
you
don't know what he's
fucking
talking about.
asshole.
I'm gonna let him stay in the thing though. Fuck that.
Fucking loser.
But anyways, you guys gonna get yourselves killed. But if you're gonna get yourself killed, at least have a strategy behind it. At least really make a mark. Make a
Yeah,
mark.
I'm on your side with that, Rome. I ain't talking about no protesting. I'm just saying that, you know, these people that you want to take out have an army enforcing the laws that they write. And that's the police.
They still, and what I am saying is these people still go out to these fucking restaurants. They still walk through these fucking
Fuck you, Dom. Put your
through the
hand down.
cities. They still walk through these cities freely. And the most harassment that they get is people walking up to them asking them, why did they vote for this? Why did they vote for that? If you had the time to walk up on them, you had the time to smoke their ass.
They should not be able to live their lives in peace. They should have no peace. No peace. They should not be allowed to leave their house without people fucking harassing and threatening them the whole way from one place to another. Like, never give them a moment's peace. Dom, I hate you. I hope you die.
People like that don't ever die. You just got to keep them in check. But Dom don't get no pussy. Dom ain't got no real women, ain't got no women, ain't got nobody in his life to teach him.
Dry dick syndrome over here.
That be the whole thing. They be so mad. They be like, man, they be so mad at women. They be taking a frustration on these women, man. It be sad, you know. And they try to act like they care, you know. But if they care, you know, they would be the same ones saying, hey, you know, well, maybe I think abortion is bad, but I think rape is worse. And if you rape someone, maybe they shouldn't have to carry your baby, you know? But these people isn't saying this, you know? They don't care about that. They don't care about women. They don't care about nobody but what they believe, right? Because they're sensitive. He wants the world to be like him. I always tell you guys, there are over a billion. There are over a billion people. There are over 1 billion people on this earth, and if we all thought the same way, we would all die the same way, the same day. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm not adding any any more things. Y'all niggas ain't let me see. Let me look at that shit. Don't say cracker as a joke. It's just a slur. It's the N word. No, you definitely lost me, Julia. How is cracker a slur?
Cracker ain't a slur. It don't hurt me.
She just feel that way because she probably got some racist ass people on her family members or by her side.
That's that white fragility right there. Cry, baby.
They be crying like a motherfucker. They be competing for the oppression Olympics.
Right. Your white tears are delicious, baby.
If a motherfucker call you a cracker, you really got to do some cracker ass shit. Like you really got to be cracking a whip on a nigga to do some to be called.
Honestly, Rome, I wouldn't care if you called me cracker every time you spoke to me. Like, you're allowed. It's okay. I get it.
If it don't
anyway.
apply, let it fly. I get called the N-word. I get called all type of shit by these white motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck, man. They ain't gonna
How
do
are you
shit
gonna
in
get
real life.
mad? How are you gonna get mad when you live in a white supremacist society and be like, oh shit, they called me a cracker? Like, get the fuck over it.
I'm so
You got all
sad.
the privilege in the world.
It's not a joke. My feelings. Dave Chappelle is like this and that, and everybody is so offensive. That's what I'm like. I don't.
Angie got her hand up. Angie got her hand up. Angie, go ahead. Oh, thank you, Miss Provolone. I was just gonna say, like, I mean, as you guys already know, but just as a general statement, that it's not poor people did not choose violence, right? We are not the ones who chose violence. The government chose violence on us. Poverty is violence. Eviction is violence. Homelessness is violence. Starvation is violence. So for people to go out and say, oh, we can't be violent in our protests, literally go fuck yourself. Anybody who ever says that we need to non-violently protest or whatever, I immediately know that that person is not a true ally 100%, because there is no such thing as a non-violent revolution. And again, we are not the ones who chose violence on the government. The government chose violence on us, and violence is the only way that we are going to react to it. You fight fire with fire.
Angie, like they tell us that the government is gonna kill us. They tell us that the government will kill us, but why aren't you guys prepared to do the same thing? Why is it just why is this a one-way road? Right? Why can't I prepare to do the same fucking thing? If it comes down to it, see, what you guys are doing is setting yourselves up to be sitting ducks and preparing yourselves to go through this generation after generation, because if you don't set boundaries, they're going to take a mile every time you give an inch. And what has happened? There has, like, bro, nothing good has happened in the last 100 years, dude. Nothing good. They just spray perfume on shit and stick your nose in it. This is self-defense from the proletarian. And I'm about to start acting like a judge in this motherfucker, because y'all are acting up in my courtroom, and I don't like this. Like, you know, because it's like, what have we learned from the civil rights movement? Why are we right here? Why am I right here talking about overthrowing the government as a black man in America? It isn't because of the rights of the white man that the white man or a pen has given me. It was the black blood, the black and brown people, even the white motherfuckers out there fighting for civil rights. They lost their life for us to even be here right now. Nobody promised us a better future. We took that shit. We took that shit. We took rights. And they made us forget all about our history. You guys haven't read up on the Black Panthers. You guys haven't read up on the White Panthers. You guys haven't read up on any of this shit. And now we are just lost in the sauce without a solution.
I know all about the Black Panthers.
But, well, shit. That should tell you that, nigga, they were strapped to a T, ready to, like, man, the Black Panthers was on their shit. It was not. It's a lot of ins and outs. It's a lot of ins and outs. People have to die. Look, you want to know why people have to die? Because people have to die. People have to die because people have to die. People have to die because people have to die.
Saying,
right.
When I say we gotta fight the pigs, and you're telling me that I'm wrong, like the.
Yes, you are wrong, because you guys are already tried that. Try targeting power where it is held. You can take time off. If you got 1 million people who's going out there, who's willing to go out there and protest, why not have them same 1 million people sit down and come up with a plan to target who? Because you never know who knows who worked for who does what, and who is around. So we need to talk to our people and really target power where it is held. I don't want you guys out there fighting pigs. I don't want you guys out there fighting any militias or the National Guard. I want as many numbers. I want listen to me. Listen to me. I want.
We let them have power.
Listen to
We
me,
let them have
because
power.
you're not listening to me. You're not listening to me. God damn it! What the fuck is wrong with you? Stop it. You have to target these people. You have to target these people, right? The people who have sent the pigs out to you. Who has the word to send out the National Guard to your city? Who has that power? Stop them. If anybody else step up, you stop them. How can we fight if you guys are already losing your life on the ground to pigs? Excuse me, to pigs or to the National Guard? We need as many numbers alive as we can. And it's only going to take a couple of hundred of you to get this job done. The way I'm talking, the way I feel, you know what I'm saying? The way I want to do it. It's only a couple of hundred of these motherfuckers. And it's not even that many people that needs to kneel to the whim of the proletarian for us to even make an example. There are way more than enough of us to take those sacrifices. Your life is already over. Your life is already over. Stop thinking about your life. Stop thinking about you. Think about your kids. Think about what they're going to go through when there's nobody like us voicing this type of shit. Think about this world full of doms that just came into space, trolling at a time like this. Right? Stop thinking about you. Because the world isn't about you and your life isn't about you. It's about what you can do for the future generations. What you build, what you have left. And if this is what we are leaving to our kids, then holy fuck, we failed. And if we couldn't do nothing about the loss, at least we got rid of the people who have spread these diseases and this bloodshed among our people. That's the least that we can do. Stop worrying about losing your life. You don't have one. You guys are consumers, workers, soldiers. You're not human. You don't have a life. You're not counted for. Yeah, she's still here. This is my baby. Miss Provolone, we always do this. But people have to come.
Yeah.
But
I don't even disagree with you. I don't disagree with you at all. I'm just asking, like, if I ask a genuine question, my question would be, let's say we take out somebody at the top. You know, we take out 10 people at the top. What happens after that? And I'm asking that in good faith, man. I'm not arguing at all.
You know what happens? The same thing that happens when they kill the activists and your family members. Motherfuckers get shook because they know.
That's valid. That's valid. I want them to be afraid. I will agree to that.
Yes, make them afraid. Let them know that they won't live out their term. They won't die in office like they plan. They die when we want.
We're on the same side, and
because that's how they doing us. Like, that's how they doing us. Look how many black women. Think about how many black women are about to die in Texas because of this fucking bill. Think about how many black women are about to die because of a couple of people. Break my fucking heart.
I understand, Mom. I feel you. And I support you, whether we agree on tactics or not. Like, yes, I'm on your side. And I agree, like, these people need to pay.
You know, they can pay one way. We take them out of office, they're still rich. They still got connections. They can go to other countries and corrupt them. We let them escape America and they go to Cuba and run their fucking and run their shit down there and fuck up other people's lives. No, we stopped them here.
They're figureheads for these corporations, you know, these big corporations that really run things. Like these politicians are just figureheads, you know, trying to make money for the owners of the prison industrial complex, the pharmaceutical complex, all this shit. That's why they do what they do.
There's only a handful of these motherfuckers. Like I said, it's so many of you. It's so many of you. You can make another you easily. Like I said, like I'm ready. I'm ready, but I want y'all to know I had no other choice. It just had to be like this. You know what I'm saying? They made it like this. I didn't make it like this, you know? We got to stop these people. We got to stop them. They are evil. They are going to spread evil. They're going to bring evil no matter where they go. Whether we lock them up in prison, they're going to control the prisons. If we throw them in another country, they're going to have slaves. We have to get rid of these people. Their mind isn't right.
Oh, hell yeah. These people cannot be reformed. They need to go.
I'm just saying. We can get around all that military bullshit. We can get around it. We can get around all that fighting in the streets. We can get around it. See, that's what they want y'all to do. Right? That's what they want y'all to do. They want y'all to come on the street and be like, oh, well, we tried to protect the streets. You know what I'm saying? But the protests got violent and we just start whooping niggas' ass. They want y'all to come out there. What they don't expect is 100 people, 200 people coming out to protest. Yeah, blah, blah. Like I always say, use protests or riots as a distraction. But while this is happening, you guys are protesting here, guess what? The EMS and the fucking fire department going down this way towards the mayor's house. Somebody just burnt down the mayor's house. So yes, use these things as a distraction. That's the only reason why you guys should be out there protesting, because protesting, I hate to say it, it's a good thing. It's beautiful. I love to see all the colors and ethnicities and all the ages and all the heights and weights all together. It's so beautiful. But it don't get anything done, because all you guys do is either go back home or go to jail. And these politicians just be like, well, guess we need more money in the police. Guess we got to send more money to the police. All you guys have done was give more money to the police. They even named a bill after George Floyd and still gave the police more money. All you guys have done with your protesting is help white supremacy. Can you believe it?
It wouldn't be legal if it could really change anything. Protesting is legal. Legal shit ain't gonna change nothing.
That's why I always say, use them as a distraction. If you're gonna protest, protest. But a couple of people got to go take some L somewhere. We got to throw the police off. We got to throw these militias off. We got to throw them off. And once we get the word that this politician who did this and that is this and there, we do this and that, you know.
All right. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send my kids to your house and I'm going out to kill these motherfuckers, all right? So you're gonna have to deal with my children, but I'm taking somebody out.
Dom, get your little dick ass on, boy. God damn. I just
Don
want to
sent me
say,
a DM telling me to
I-
repent for my sins. He's in my fucking DMs now. Little piece of shit. Get a life.
abortion is murder, and I'm just.
I
Okay.
ain't never had an abortion anyway. I got 2 kids, and both times I've been pregnant. So
I
shut the
had to
fuck up.
have an abortion once, because it was a test to.
Somebody
she
got
was
you pregnant,
Yeah, she got me pregnant, and it was more than, no. But you know how it's not a.
I have an abortion every damn day if I want to. I can't be taking care of any more kids. Fuck that.
But people are fascists. People are fascists, and they just they just try to hide behind certain things, and but they just don't like women for real, and they trying to take their anger out, or
oh hell yeah, women and trans men
and fucking they just don't like motherfuckers, bro.
Can I speak on something personal for a second? Just real quick, like I know we're mad and we're yelling and everything, but living in New York, like I can't afford to keep living in New York, and I was planning to leave here, and one by one, this country started making laws that made it impossible for me to get out of New York because I have a transgender son, and I can't go nowhere.
That's fucked up.
Because I gotta worry about his abortion rights.
I swear it'd be like they be targeting a nigga, huh? It feel like they target you. And you know what's so crazy? Oh my God, man. I'm glad you brought that up. Because they love to say that we live in a democracy, but it's like it's impossible for us to damn near leave our cities, right? But we have to pay.
Yeah, we have to pay to
even
live here as a single mother. Like it's so expensive.
I'm surprised you over it.
And then I'm getting punished by Child Protective Services, by building inspectors and shit like that for being poor. Like they target me like, oh, you don't have hot water? They put a fucking sticker on my front door saying my house wasn't habitable because I couldn't afford oil to put hot water in my house because it's $600 to buy oil right now. And they took my kids and made them stay at their grandfather's house just, because I couldn't afford that. Instead of helping us out, instead of any of that shit, they go, no, your kids got to go live with your father and your house is uninhabitable. And I had to spend thousands of dollars getting shit fixed in my house just to stay here because we can't go anywhere because my kids will be targeted for their race, for their gender, for everything. And I have to worry now about reproductive rights for my youngest.
God, this is, see? I don't know, but that's why.
And they're doing this to us. You know this, Rome. I have a kid who had 2 heart transplants. They're doing this shit to us, knowing all the shit that we've been through and how.
And then for them to put
CPS
on your child, that's just like, oh man, oh God, man. That's why I always hated CPS for a couple of reasons. We always had CPS in our house, like damn near twice a year or three times a year.
You know what it is? It's the school. It's the school saying my kid missed too many days of school.
Or they wasn't dressed properly. Or they didn't
give a fuck.
Standards.
They're like, oh, he missed all these days of school. The kid was in the fucking hospital getting a heart transplant. Like, what the fuck?
I remember I had talked to my teacher about that. I was like, why would they call? Why would y'all call CPS when y'all can just give me some clothes? Because they didn't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I basically was dressing myself. My mom was at work. I had clean clothes, but I just threw on one of my favorite shirts.
Like, you know what they said? That my son, because he has an afro, that I'm abusing him because I don't make him cut his hair because nobody likes his hair because he got an afro. Like, straight up racist shit.
What?
They're not wearing socks, whatever the fuck else. Like, and I told CPS, like, you know what? It's not illegal for my son to have crazy hair. Like, that's how his hair looks like. That's how his hair looks naturally. Fuck you.
Man, my mama got so many stories about CPS. I remember one time, well, a lot of times mom was like CPS used to tell motherfuckers that they was coming, right?
Love to your mama while you mention her. Love to her.
Oh yeah. I'm trying to get her on the show to talk about a couple of things. But she man, we used to have to, like, our house was clean, but we had to extra clean and shit like that. Like, everybody, make sure all your stuff together and blah, blah. Somebody called CPS.
Yeah, they be coming over here and telling me, oh, you got to sweep the floor in this corner. And I'm like, it's a normal house with 2 kids. Like, my kids are 8 and 11. They throw trash on the floor every day. Like,
They fucking
I'm trying the
kids.
best I can to keep up, but you know, it ain't like we got rats in here or anything. They're safe. Like they got some ice cream wrappers on the floor. It's not a big deal. As far as I'm concerned, when the revolution comes, CPS gets the fucking wall.
Oh yeah. Everybody
They
that
don't
work
help
for CPS.
anybody. They don't offer any help.
You
They
guys
just
are
come in
fucking
and
anybody from CPS, ever see this show, watch this show, or anything, you guys get the wall because you are, laundering children to certain systems and whatnot, and you guys really hurt. You guys are the reasons and the cause for
That's
a lot
what
of
I'm
people
saying.
pain.
Taking a kid out of a house with their mother because there's a mess one day that you come by unannounced and come check the house, and then you say, "Oh, it's messy in here," and you take the kid away from their parent and put them in the foster care system. That shit is fucked up. I'm lucky I have family who was able to step in, because if not, my kids would have went into the system, and that would have been 2 more young Black kids, one of them a transgender boy, put into the system, and you know how it goes. You know how it goes.
Yep. Once you get that number, that revolving door just starts spinning, and you will never leave.
How many kids, especially young Black kids, LGBTQ kids, get put into the system and get abused, sexually abused, by their foster parents, and nobody gives a fuck about that. But God forbid you got a piece of garbage on your floor, they're gonna come take your kids away.
Yep, because you know what I'm saying, because y'all can make more babies, and that's what they want. They want that's they expecting for you motherfuckers to make another baby, and that's what normally happens after a baby gets taken. Motherfucker be like,
I ain't having no baby. No, I don't care what happens. I'm not having any more babies.
yeah, I ain't having
I'll
no
tell
more
you that
kids.
right now.
I'm done. Well, no, I'm not done because I'm a sperm donor. So
Not only that, but no one's mentioned this, but like I think it's worth saying. If you're a woman or you're a person who's born with a uterus and you want to get your tubes tied, they want your husband's permission. They want you to go to counseling. Like you try to get your tubes tied and watch what they fucking say. But a vasectomy, they're like, all right, no problem. It's all about oppressing
we
people
already
who were
see
born
the
female.
Oh my God, the science behind birth control is so sexist. It's like crazy when I break it down to my niggas on some random shit. They, you know what I'm saying? They try to get in tune with some politics or something. I try to tell them like, man, just think about birth control, bro. Why is it?
And I
like
can't speak
like
on
we
it,
be on
if there's
tour.
Any Black women in here, if there's any Black women in here, I would like to know, like, if there's anyone who's a Black woman who can speak on the experience of trying to get their tube tied and how much more difficult it might be than someone like me, where there's just like, but
remember,
permission.
What the system number one thing is you gotta have what two or 3 kids or some shit like that. They want you to make them kids for this fucking system, though. You're gonna fucking make kids for this system for sure. And because think about all these other countries that we are fighting against now. They has actually got their shit together that overpopulate us. Even with China themselves, with billions of, like, come on, bro, you can't fuck with that.
All my life, if I wanted to be on birth control, I had to go get a pap smear. I had to go spread my legs for a gynecologist and let him look up my clot before I could get a fucking prescription for birth control. And I had to go back every 6 months and have him do it again. Like, why?
It's just, I don't know, man. It's just so fucked up, man.
It's meant to discourage us. Like, if you don't feel comfortable going to the gynecologist and having them look at you like that, then you can't have birth control. They want to make it harder, make it more uncomfortable. Like,
that's what I'm like. I remember my baby mama was pregnant, and we had looked up her gynecologist, and it was some fucking creepy ass looking white dude. I was like, hell no, hell no.
I have to admit, my first baby, I had a woman gynecologist, and she was real shitty to me. My second baby, I had a white guy gynecologist, but he was great. Like, so it depends from person to person. But I will tell you, when I first got pregnant and I was on Medicaid and everything, they made me go to AIDS counseling and all this shit. And I'm like, AIDS counseling.
What?
I don't have AIDS. Why are we having this conversation? Like, if I'm a fucking idiot, like I got pregnant.
Act like you got health care
I wanted
to
to
even
have a
fight.
baby.
You don't even have the health care to even fight AIDS anyway. So why you going?
It was some bullshit. Like, I had to sit there and listen to a lecture about fucking without condoms. Like, okay, but I chose to get pregnant, and that's why I'm here. Like, why are we even talking about this? Because I'm poor? It was an automatic thing because I was on Medicaid.
That's crazy.
As a matter of fact, I don't know if anybody in here has had children, but if you try to apply for WIC, WIC is, supplemental coupons for parents to be able to get extra food. They weigh you at every meeting to decide what you're allowed to buy. It's fucking humiliating to have to get on a scale and have somebody say, you can't have whole milk, you're too fat. Like, awful. The shit they put you through.
God damn, what the fuck? Oh my God.
That's 100% true.
I didn't even know that. What the fuck? That is so fucking crazy. Holy shit. What the hell?
Yeah, they don't just give you money. They give you a coupon saying what you can buy. And you have to buy that specific shit. And if you are overweight, they will not let you buy whole milk. They won't let you buy peanut butter, and none of that shit. Because they determine that you're overweight. You should be eating certain things. It's fucking humiliating. I left that program even though I needed the money because it was too fucking embarrassing.
I never knew.
And that's, it all ties into denying abortions. If you have poor people who are going to need these programs and then be subjected to this humiliation. And we all know that low-income people are more likely to be overweight and more likely to have to face this discrimination. When you go to the supermarket and you try to pay with WIC, the cashier's got to call the manager over, verify that you're buying the right shit. Everybody's waiting in line behind you, getting mad.
Ms. Provolone, I'm going to say this. If they found a way to, they found a way to ban abortion, right? Now they found a way to, legal, make it punishable. Like you go to jail if you do get an abortion. They're going to, in a minute, everybody who had an abortion, any couple, they're probably going to be coming after them motherfuckers next. Just to get you in some type of trouble. Get you in some type of trouble to be under this system and be like, look, well, we could take you to jail for this and that, blah, blah. But yeah, I believe that they're going to come after everybody for something, and it's about to get like that because they're going to need us to work harder for less because, man, it's about to be a real change in power as far as international.
I tweeted earlier that it ain't a coincidence that they did this shit while there's a baby formula and food shortage. Mm-hmm. That's not a coincidence.
And just to add to your point, and someone mentioned this earlier, the Democrats just spent the past month protecting all of the Supreme Court justices because people were going to their house and protesting, and they just spent the past month giving them more protections from this, all leading up to this.
Here's some money for the police and your fucking
right, security. Because it was leaked. It was leaked that they were going to do this. That's why. Yeah, you're right.
Well, what do we expect from a bunch of old motherfuckers that don't even know better? Like these motherfuckers probably wouldn't even stay up during the day if it wasn't for their pills. They probably wouldn't sleep at night if it wasn't for their pills. Fuck them, and I hope they die slow, real fast. But we gotta wrap this up. I gotta get going. But this is a great talk, and I definitely gotta strip this off YouTube. Definitely have to strip this off of YouTube. So I was it was nice talking to you, Miss Provolone, Angie. Damn, John, you could have came up here.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you for hosting the space.
Always. We always gonna bounce some ideas, whether we come, to agreement or we run into obstacles that we're gonna have to leap over together, but we're going to get an understanding of where we are coming from and where we are running to.
It don't matter. It don't matter. I'll have your back always, whether I agree with you or not.
Oh yeah,
Always.
yeah. Like I always say, you know, a lot of people don't agree with me, but I still see them having a place in the revolution. So everybody has a place in the revolution, but we just have to know who's who. Like I can't talk to the computer nerds about front line. I can't talk to the healers and the nurses, the doctors about.
Put me in the propaganda department. I want to work in the propaganda department.
Yeah, that's basically what I do. You know, I do a lot of propaganda work. Like you see, they had ripped down my bench the first bench I had put Revolution coming, and then once I put Black Power on there, it was like, oh shit. So motherfucker probably had a like, oh shit, let me read up on something. What does this mean? Because I asked them, when the revolution comes, what side will you be on? You know, I put Black Power at the bottom of it, you know, got the hammer and sickle and whatnot, and that one been untouched. That bench is still untouched to this day. It lasts longer than the other one. And I'm just looking like, okay, well, you know, it's just like I did the first one on purpose because it didn't tell much. And I knew something was going to happen to it. Now, depending on who ripped it down, you know, it's going to teach not only them, but the community, because they saw that it was ripped down also, because it's on a fast block. You know, they see that it was ripped down, it was torn down, ripped up, shit like that. And then, next thing you know, it's replaced. So the motherfuckers see we're not playing. And the community see we're not playing. We're trying to make this a better place. And we're gonna do a hostile takeover on that on that land right there, where I had built that bitch. Because it is a church right next door, and I believe that I can get that power, get that property from them. All I got to do is, you know, have. I got a couple of plans. I got a plan to fight gentrification. I got to do a show about that. It got something to do about. It got a lot to do with gangs, and you know, really getting them on our side to fight for the best and whatnot. But we got to fight. That's another show. But anyways, we got to wrap this shit up, y'all. And I got to snatch this shit up before I won't be able to see you guys ever again. Because you know they're going to fucking rip this bitch down, y'all. And that's what I'm afraid of. Because we trying to stay going for y'all, but it's only so much that we can say without taking it there sometimes. Sometimes you got to take it there. Sometimes people need to hear that there's somebody out there that isn't just thinking that. Like, I'm glad I'm not the only nigga who thought about rolling these niggas into a bag. You know what I'm saying? Making but all right, y'all on Twitter, y'all take care.
Hold up, I want to say something before you wrap up. I just want to say one thing before you wrap up. I want to let everybody who's listening know, if you live in a state where you have access to Plan B, if you have access to free birth control, or if you have $10 to buy the generic Plan B pill on Amazon, reach out to me. I am trying to develop a stockpile and distribute these things to people who don't have access. So my DMs are open if anybody wants to help out. And if you know any mutual aid organization that I can reach out to try to supply these things, let me know.
Thank you. And you reminded me. I saw a tweet earlier that said, delete all the apps that track your menstrual cycle. Yes, please do that. From your
yeah, that can be done on a calendar. You do not need an app, and you need to wipe all your data before you delete it. Don't just delete it. Wipe your data and then delete it.
Yeah. So be safe out here, and remember that it's people. You know, we got y'all back. We got y'all back. I hope y'all have a great night. I hope y'all be safe. Please, please take your anger and target it. Target your anger. You know what I'm saying? Breathe on it. Because it's easy to go out. It's easy to go out and just take one or two. But who are you taking with you? You know, that's the question that you gotta ask yourself. You gotta
And join your local communist organization.
Yeah, definitely. Or if you don't like them, make your own. Make your own. All right. I love y'all. Y'all take care and continue to be y'all. Y'all some dope ass comrades. And I know that we will win. I have no doubt in my mind. And this is why I talk the way I talk. This is why I do what I do. And I do it for you because I know we got the balls to do this shit, bro. Like this is up to us, man. It's up to us. This is our future. If you want your future to have any good things, you know what I'm saying? If you want any good things in the future, then you're gonna have to make those things possible yourself. Can't wait on another man. Can't wait on another person. This is your life. This is your life. Take it back. I love y'all.